Hi everybody. Well, today I'm going to go ahead and show you how to go ahead and use a couple more features on PowerPoint. If you remember on our last screencast, I showed you how to create a new file. I showed you how to create different slides, change the layout. I showed you how to design the background. I showed you how to make transitions, animations, and I also showed you how to go ahead and put in different types of fonts and different text. So today what I'm going to go ahead and show you is I'm going to go ahead and show you information of inserting a lot of different things. So that's where we're going to start on today. So the first thing is that if you come over to the Home tab, you're going to come over and you're going to notice that there are all these little boxes and arrows and such. These are all just basically different types of shapes and stuff you can add in. So if you want to add stuff to your presentation, like something I like to add a lot of times is I like to go ahead and add arrows to kind of help direct the attention to something. So I click on the arrow and I click and hold onto the screen, and all of a sudden I have an arrow that pops up. Let me go ahead and change the color of that so you can see it just a little bit better. To do that, I have to come over here to Shape Fill. I click on that. Obviously it's on the blue. Maybe I want to make it to that red. Or if I want to make it into a yellow, it stands out a little bit. I kind of like that yellow. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. Now, if I want to, I can go ahead and put my cursor on this arrow. If I right click, I can come up here and I can go to something called Format Shape. Click on Format Shape. Then I have all of these different things I can do to actually change the shape around. I can go ahead and change the line color. I can change the style. I can go ahead and make it into a 3D. I can rotate it. I can go ahead and actually add text if I want to. So those are all different things I can do right there. Or if I wanted to, I could just click on it and just start typing. This is my arrow. It's kind of hard to see because if I highlight it, you're going to notice that the text is all in white. I'm going to highlight on that, go to my text, make it red, and there we go. So that is an example of how you can go ahead and add different types of boxes and such. So let's just say I want to make this cloud. Just the same thing, click and hold. There's my cloud. I'll make it into a yellow. I can make it into yellow shape fill, and I can type into it. So again, why do we use all these is because it makes your presentation a lot more interesting and it helps capture the eyes of your students a lot more. Well, now if I want to, watch what happens if I go over to animations. Again, if I click on say the cloud right here and I want to go ahead and have that, notice that's what it's going to look like when it comes in. And again, if I want to add more animations, maybe I want to make it grow and shrink. And also to make it disappear, maybe I want it to bounce away. There it goes. So again, that's what you can do for that right there. Now, if I click on the Home tab, it'll take me right back to where I'm at home. Now what I can do is I want to go ahead and show you the Insert tab. And you're going to notice there's a whole bunch of things you can insert here. This is, again, where PowerPoint becomes really handy because you can add a lot of things to make your presentation a lot more interesting. So let's start over here with the table. Let's just say you're teaching a class in math about tables, or in science, or anytime you need a table. You click on the table, and let's just say you want to have, you want to have 5 things you want to talk about. So my table has just been created. I'm going to go ahead and move that down a little bit. And then all I have to do is click in the middle of it. Let's just say rounding. And if I want to make it a little bit, if I want to make that a little bit wider, I can just go ahead. And where you see the arrow turns into those little side arrows, just double click on it. And that makes it adjust to the wording. Rounding, I could say adding, multiplying. Again, watch what happens when I have to get those 2 arrows like that. Double click on it. Boom. Dividing. And we'll say subtracting. Again, adjusting just like that. So now I just have to go in and I can go ahead and type whatever I want to. Nearest 10. Or maybe I want to go ahead and put in times 7. So there you go with that information right there. Now let's just say I want to go ahead and change the color of it. All I got to do come up here if I look at my table tools, the design, and the layout. I want to go ahead and click on that, make it that color. Or if I click down here, I want to make it a little bit different, I can go ahead and click on that. So there's really no limits to what you can do right there. But click on layout. Here I have all of my information I have for my tables. Now I don't want to get too much into this because this is just a basic introduction. I'm going to go ahead and put later. I'll go ahead and how to adjust and make different tables later. So that just shows you that that's right there. So again, now I want to come back up to my Insert tab. I've inserted the table. So let's just say on this one I want to go ahead and insert a picture. So I can go ahead and click on Picture. What's going to happen is it's going to go ahead and go to my picture file on my computer. And I'll go ahead and put up a file on how to save a picture later. So let's just say I want to add this picture of the pool. Click on that, and there it is. I can go ahead and resize it up. Let's just say I want to animate it. Well, I go to my animations, I click on it, and I want to have it wiped in. So again, that's it. It's very, very simple to go ahead and adjust that with your animations. So now let's just say I want to add a little bit of clip art. Microsoft PowerPoint has a lot of clip art that you can add. And a lot of times it's found right in this clip art box. You just have to go ahead and type something in. So let's just say I want to type in pool to go along with my pool party. Click on pool, click on go, and here we have a whole bunch of different pieces of pictures that talk about pools. And I like that one right there, so I'm going to click on that. And there it is. Again, if I want to, I just resize it. In fact, I want to resize it so that fits there. And I'll drag this over here. Well, here's an interesting idea. How do I make my pool picture go in the back and make my animated picture come in the front? Well, if I come up here, it'll say bring forward up here on my tab. If I click on that, bring forward, we'll bring to the front. But I notice I got to make sure that the picture that I want to come forward comes forward. Click on that. Now it comes forward. Or maybe I want to go ahead and I kind of like it backwards. Or maybe if I actually wanted both of them right there. So click on that. There you go. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and come back to Home, back to Insert. Now I have a screenshot. To show what a screenshot or a screen clipping can do, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and come down to this next slide right here. And let's just say I want to go ahead and display information from a website and put it actually on the PowerPoint. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and click on Screenshot. I'm going to skip down here to the screen clipping. Now watch what happens. Let's just say I want to show, let's just say I want to show this, what I have on my iTunes right here. So what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to come back to Microsoft PowerPoint. Click on that. Click on Screen Clipping. Okay. Now this comes up. Now what I'm going to do is you notice I have my plus sign right there. What I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to go ahead, click and hold, and whatever is highlighted out there is going to come up and it's going to be highlighted on your screen. I let go of it, and there it is. Now I can go ahead and move that, and that's my screen clipping right there. Again, it's good if you want to display information like from a website or from your computer right on your PowerPoint. A lot of times I know my professors in college would do this to show how to set something up on the computer because I wouldn't actually be in class when seeing this. Okay. So now, go back to Insert, and we can go ahead and click Photo Albums. We can go ahead and put in more of those shapes we talked about. There is Smart Art. Smart Art is great for if you have Venn diagrams or if you want to get ready for graphic organizers to help prepare for standardized testing. So if I click on that, you're going to notice it has all, it has list, process, cycle, hierarchy, relationship, matrix, pyramid, picture, office.com. I'm just going to go ahead and go to all, and all of these things are available that I can do. So let's say I want to show, we'll come back up here to this pie graph right here. I'll go ahead and click on that. Segmented cycle, click on that. Now this comes up and I can go ahead and actually add text to it. And of course I have all of these different types of options up here which you can go ahead and use to help basically show what you're showing. Now I'm going to go ahead and come back in here to insert. And of course I have charts I can put in hyperlinks, action button, which I'll get into in a little bit. I have text box, header and footer, word art, date and time, slide numbers, objects. There's so many things you can add in. And again, if I would get into them right now, it would just be a very, very overwhelming slideshow. What I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do these in a little bit. So right now you kind of have the basic features of what to do here. So now, one more thing I want to show you is I want to go ahead and come over to View. If I click on View, something that I think is really important, especially if you like your students having notes of the PowerPoint, you can click on View, and if you come over here to Handout Master, and I click on that, this is actually going to go ahead and can set up, you can actually print out handouts of your PowerPoints. Let me just X out of that. And this is what your handout is going to look like. This right now shows that there's going to be 2 slides per page. There's going to be a header, there's going to be the date, there's going to be the footer, and there's also going to be down here the page number. Well, let's just say I don't want a header or a footer. I just click on those. And let's just say I want to have 4 slides per page. I just click slides per page. And also, let's just say my orientation, I want it to be more portrait instead of landscape. So that goes ahead and clicks on that. If you want to change the colors, the fonts, the background styles, those are yours to change as well too. So that is what you can do if you want to go ahead and set up a Handout Master. And of course, to print it, all you go is just go ahead and go to File and Print, and then it'll come up exactly what you need to do. Alright, so hopefully you found this screencast really helpful. More will be coming soon. Hope you have a good day. Take care.